So that, like I said, the steel setup really cool. We'll start with the floor. This is all railroad ties. I love a railroad tied floor for in your saddling area. Cement's a little cooler looking and it's easier to sweep off and this and that, but I can't tell you how many stirrups I've broke over the years. When you cinch one up and they're a little tight and maybe it's in the dark or you just weren't paying as good of attention as you should have, and they kind of jump and they'll slip on that cement and you can break a stirrup. I guess you could break a tree, you could break a horse. I've only ever broken stirrups, but I like these because they don't slip on them. You can wash them off. They're not that big of a deal to sweep. This hadn't been swept in years and I spent 10 minutes sweeping it here a little bit ago. So I really like these, not to mention the flies hate creosote, and so the more railroad ties you can have, you can incorporate into your deal, the less flies you're going to have to bother with. They won't lay eggs on this like they will cement. This little deal, it was set up for pretty broke horses, so I can't ever see myself with most of what I ride ever tying something here, just because this is a corner that's going to cause a horse to be a little claustrophobic. But right here is an awesome spot. They've got room to go. If something happens, I've got room to go. Chances are these horses that are in this pen are going to come sniff noses with a nervous colt, and that'll help the world. I hope. Sometimes that'll cause other things to happen, but and then I've got plenty of room there if the wife or the kids are wanting to saddle one of their broke horses to be out of my way. Right close to the saddle house, which is awesome. Closer you can be to your saddle house tie rack. But then what's super cool to me is I can saddle a colt right here. I can walk them across these railroad ties that don't scare me at all about them slipping, and I can go right to this round pen. And you see I've already got one rack up. I'll have another rack up with my round pen tools. Over on this other side of the gate, I've got a truck toolbox that I keep hobbles and foot ropes and miscellaneous mumbo jumbo in. So I can take 2 steps and be my round pen, so I've got no excuse if something is tight, or I can't say, well, shoot, this colt's got 5 or 6 rides. I don't need to go to that round pen. Boom, I've got no excuse. I can go right to the round pen. That round pen opens up on the other side into a lane, and that lane you can go right into the arena, or you can take that lane, go all the way around to that big round pen on the other side. And so you can go little round pen, lane, big round pen, lope some circles, then go to the arena if you choose. It's set up really, really cool. I've got some weeds I need to burn before I can utilize that. But the setup's really cool. And so whether it's an old horse or a young horse or whatever, guy can go right here, get any snuff out of him that he wants. I'm eventually going to put my circus pole in the middle of this, so I'll have a circus pole pen and then utilize that bigger round pen for the first couple of rides. I'm used to riding in a round pen with a circus pole in the middle of it, but it is one extra thing you got to think about. So it's just going to be cool to have 2 round pens. So that's what's great about this. Part of what's great about this deal is we're covered, everything's safe, it's open. It's just a cool setup, and all my pens and all my stalls, my farthest stall is, I don't know, that's 250 feet. So cuts down on the walking. That's a great way to get things set up. Oh, and there's a spigot right there. Somebody was bright enough to put a spigot right there. Makes that round pen easy to water. So that's kind of that. Again, we'll update this once we get our groove in and get where we need to be and get everything happening. But so far today, I've worked 4 horses here, and I'm happy with everything. Thank you so much to the Patreon crew. You guys are the reason we were able to do this and do the extra things and really do all the YouTube videos too. We wouldn't be able to make it work without you guys. So thank you so much. And any of the rest of you can jump on and watch any of these extra kind of things that we do on Patreon and see what's going on there. So check that out if you can.